Uh, my name is Rahul Mishra, also known as Ron MTV. I am an extreme sports athlete, a content creator, and a project manager at India. As to show on the urban ground, the fossil trail of dream. What does that mean? My uh, spot, my practice ground is not any dedicated ground like how we get for cricket or for football. I don't have any specific stadium. Entire city is my playground. That's how my sport, people like me, we look up to. Like I can see a multiple lines right here. I can do multiple things are going in my head that I can do lots of things here. So whatever we are doing with this sport will leave a legacy behind for the upcoming generation. And what if it is not started today, it won't finish tomorrow. So, all right. You see me right there, that's 2015, 7th of January. Glad I have the habit of documenting things. And I don't know, fortunately, I've got this picture. That's, all right. Okay, that's Deepak Panchal in the white cap, and that's Sailesh Sawant from Team Sharp Tune, which is India's very finest team, and those who have started extreme sports, alternative sports back in 80s and 90s. I am in the crowd in 2015, bunk my tuition. Glad I live right opposite to IIT Bombay, and this event was happening over there, and I got the vision of the sport since I was in the class 6. My benchmate had a notebook, and there was a picture on that a person was jumping from the cycle, and I got thrilled that how come a person, a human being, can jump a cycle, because we can jump barely by ourselves, and people are using obstacles and cycles to do that, and I got fascinated out of that. And glad the very next week this event was happening in IIT Bombay. You can see me, an underconfident kid standing right there with the vision in his head, with you can see the eyes, that I'm just observing the cycles, I'm just observing the skills of these people, how these guys are doing it. Journey started from here. I came back home, took 30 rupees from my mama's pocket, went to cyber cafe, simply searched cycle stunt because I was not aware what the sport is known as, how to term it, and all those things. And I got to know about Danny McCaskill. He is one of my mentor, one of my idol who I've been watching him since childhood. A few days later, I was walking out at Powai Lake. I met a couple of guys called Fuzail and Shoaib. These are the another BMX riders from Mumbai itself, and me being a curious kid, and I have one thing that confidence is the key. I should go, I should speak if I want to get into this sport, and I have the habit of running behind, chasing people to fulfill my dreams. If I want to fulfill my dream, I need to get the access of it, I need to get the information about it. So I went, I had a word with Fuzail, and then he got me exposed to the right hub where this sport happens, which is BKC City Park, where I saw multiple other athletes practicing the sport. All right, is change. All right, my life totally works on manifestation. Since day one, I was born. Why, I'll tell you. Father has been a rickshaw driver, and he has worked a lot to feed us, to get the best education for us. He could not afford the school which I have been to, but then somehow they managed the fees and they got us over there, and we got out of that school and everything happened. My manifestation has been since day one. The day in 4th standard, I realized that I am coming from a different kind of a background itself. Now the case, like, I have to work to break the stereotype, whatever we are being called, and I have to jump into a different segment, because see, if unless you don't make good, you won't be able to fulfill any of your dreams. So I was 16 when I started working. I worked as an Amazon delivery boy. I worked at the call centers. I worked in cleaning the gutters. I have worked as a tutor as well to a dyslexic kid who scored good marks. And there I understood that I have something in me, and if I want to achieve my dreams, I can do that. So you can see this is on 3rd of November 2016, 3:44 a.m. I was at the call center. I was working over there, and I clearly wrote my dream bike, my dream bicycle, which I want to get. Inspired Arcade 2016. That's Ali Clarkson, who has been my big mentor and my idol all the time. Okay, this time was like, I live in Powai. and the place was in Mulund, and it's like 15, 16 kilometers distance. I used to walk every day from my house to the call center so that I can save even a single penny. I'm not joking, even a single penny, so that I can save it to 50, 100, 500. I used to deposit that money into the bank account, and later when I get like 15,000, 20,000, I used to source the spare parts from different countries, because we don't get spare parts, not even today, in our country. So that's how I used to save money. It took me like 1.5 years to source all the spare parts from overseas, because we have to get everything from overseas. We do not even get the single bolt of this bike in India. That's me, I guess. I was 18, I guess. So that's how I traveled from Powai to Marine Drive. With all the spare parts on my body, I used to collect. I used to keep the spare part at my friend's place, because if I'll keep the spare part at my place, my parents will get to know that I am into some kind of different zone, and they will be like, you pretty, better you focus on your studies itself. So the day when I sourced all the spare parts, I went to each of my friends' place, collected all my parts, went to the place called Sharptune, the OG of the game, those who have started the sport and those who have been a big-time advocate for the sport. That's Deepak Panchal in blue shirt. The next to me guy on the left is Tabrez Ansari. That's my very first assembled, customized street trials bike, I would say. It took me 1.5 years to build this bike, and this was the day when I was out of my head. I was on cloud 9, I would say, because an 18-year-old kid managed to make 1,60,000 rupees in a year to get the bicycle, and I still don't have any idea that what I'll do with this cycle, because I just wanted to get into the sport, wanted to taste that freedom, that adrenaline, that excitement, what does it drive to a human being, because every other guy has got their own dreams. I had something different, so I got into it. All right, this is another very funny part. That's kind of an encouragement I had got from Mumbai Police. I was practicing my sport at my local spates, which is Powai Lake. I don't know, something happened. This gentleman came and he just started beating me without having any question and answer round. He just started beating me. I got a good mark also. So I did, being a YouTuber, I vlog things and I got captured. So he has a very beautiful face, I would say. So right after 1 year, I got invited by Telangana government as a chief celebrity guest to lead the cyclothon ride for anti-drug campaign. And that's IPS Tarun Joshi, Dr. Tarun Joshi, who is greeting me. And I was escorted by the police people itself. So that was the very, I won't call it as like revenge or anything. That's not something what I say. The thing is, like, tables do turn around. We should behave in a very civilized manner rather behaving like Stone Age people. Things could be solved in a very basic manner as well. So I've been invited over there as a chief celebrity guest, being an advocate, and I rode my bike over there. All right, I want to speak, how does this sport shapes you holistically? Why do we need to pick any kind of sport, not just this sport, any kind of activity you need to pick in your life? Why? Because mentally, they build resilience. You fall 100 of times, but you rise one more. So I'll take a very serious example. A year back itself, I was into a very bad phase, a phase where I was about to end up everything in my life. That was one of the worst phase, I would say, and I don't want any of my friends to be in that, neither the person whom I don't like, but then I don't want anybody to be in that space. I had lost my job. I was broke. I have EMIs going on. I had no access to my sport, and everything was very terrific for me. The kind of mentality this sport has built up in my head is like, whatever the situation is happening with you, it is just a phase. The very next day, everything will be okay. Just keep going on, things will be fine. Physically, yes, they demand endurance and strength. Obviously, I had broken my collarbone. I did not even actually broke. I had tendonitis. I went to the doctor. Doctor was like, you must be doing powerlifting or something. I was like, no. I showed him the video what I do, and he was like, you're well built because of your sport. So physically, it builds you a lot. And emotionally, yeah, it gives you identity, confidence. I was very underconfident kid when I was in school. People had bullied me because of the financial circumstances, because of the kind of person I was, under the shoulders and everything. With the time, with this bike, this sport has given me a lot, and I became very much strong, very much confident. And now I'm able to speak about it. Now I'm able to speak in front of people, and all those things have happened. Yeah, again, the hope that everything will be better one day. We don't have to worry about it. All right. So as I spoke, this sport is majorly run by years in last 1 decade. Uh, yeah. So now, what ashes I am leaving behind for the upcoming generation is like ashes of grit, which is like pain didn't end me, it built me. So every time when I fall, yet when I fell, I do get. I'm also a human being. I do get lots of injuries and pain, but then I think it's fine because this is the life what I've chosen. And if it is extreme sports, it demands extreme injuries as well. Ashes of hope to every kid who thinks dreams are only for rich. No. Uh, Back in the days, I used to think I won't be able to make it because many of my own childhood friends have been like, you won't be able to do it. It's not your cup of tea. You are not supposed to no, do and get into this sport. It is very expensive. But then I had this thing that one find I'll be able to do it, and now it is happening. And then ashes of rebellion. Don't kill what you don't understand. Support it, and it might just change lives. My parents had no idea what this sport is all about, how I'll be able to do it. They have been behind me to focus on my studies and everything, which is obviously true because it is really important to make good living, to have a very good life. But now when I show the videos to them, now when I educate them, they support me. Okay, go outside, go practice your skills. Did you make your video today? Did you uploaded the content on YouTube, Instagram, whatever the platform I am on? And now these kind of calls I get from my parents. Once my father threw my bike out of the window, that he was like, I am sick of you. You are supposed to focus only on the studies, because he had the dream and expectations from us, because the kind of lifestyle we have been into, I will never like to have any of my upcoming generation into that background or the circumstances. So he had the hope, and I could not break his hopes because he has worked a lot for me, for the entire family. He has worked like 24 by 7. Morning he has driven rickshaw. In the evening he has been to someone else's house to drive the car for them. So barely that guy had sleep of 2 to 3 hours. Then it will be an injustice to him if I don't do the things what he is supposed to get. Yeah, ashes of change, sowing seeds for the next generation. It's like if I'm present here on this platform, if I'm doing any kind of events at any kind of college or any other spaces, it is sowing the seed, because that's how I saw it. If we remember the very first slide when I was on the audience and I saw Deepak Bhaiya and Sailesh Bhaiya doing his things, their things, then they sowed a seed over there, and then I am here now. Ashes of identity, it shaped my mind, body, and purpose. Yes, obviously my life's purpose has been changed a lot. Now it's majorly focused on getting good, healthy, and making good for my generation, for my family. Ashes of legacy, so I had no access, but I had a vision, and that vision is now a map for others. And I was a very stubborn and retarded human being, because I could have left the sport, left the chase for the sport back in the days itself, but I was like, if I won't do it, then this won't come in India. If it won't come in India, there will be no other person who will be able to practice this sport. So I had this thing, and then I kept going on, and I managed to have my very first bicycle. Then I had my dream bike also. It was like, these bikes are pretty expensive. The very first bike was for 180. The next bike was for 4 lakhs. I managed to make that money and got into the sport. At the same time, I managed to support my family and others as well. So what are you fossilizing? So I want to fossilize that it says it's possible. When people say it's impossible, you won't be able to do it, never listen to them. Tell them, go back at your home, do your own thing. I'll be able to make it what I want to do it, because everything is right here in your head. If you have got the visualization in the head, in maybe 5 years, in next 6 years, or maybe in next 6 months, you will be able to do it right there itself. Whenever I used to sleep, at the age of 16, 17, I used to visualize things used to come in my head, that I'll be having this cycle, I'll be doing this kind of skills, I'll be at some place, I'll be speaking about it, and now things are happening. So if it is here, it will happen in the reality as well. So that's what I say. Ashes may be light, but they carry weight. Ashes would be very light, like it's pretty light in weight, but every part of it has got some story, and that story carries weight on the shoulder. All right, so Richard Feynman said, we are living in the past of future generations. So whatever the practice we are doing right now, it will be carried for the future generation. So our present is becoming our past for the future, is what I think. So I try to do correct things. I try to give my time more on the sport, more with the office and all those things, so that I can make it up. And my upcoming generation, it will be easy for them to get into the sport, and they will be having the access to it. So that's